Hey guys, I'm Braden from Adrenaline Rush Sports Australia. We're down here today for the Ozone demo day. It's a Saturday. As at the moment it's not really that windy, so we're going to take the opportunity to go through some of the kites and talk about the technical features and the design aspects of the kite. So we've got Steve McCormack here from Ozone. He's going to lead us a little bit of a tour throughout the whole range that we've got down here and understand about each kite and how they're designed and why they're designed. So should we get into it, Steve?
Yeah, sure mate. Yep.
Alright, so we've got the catalyst here at the moment. So this is the 10 metre.
Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit about the design of the catalyst?
Yep. So the catalyst is a model that Ozone had been producing for about 4 or 5 years, and they decided that it had become sort of too advanced for what its main purpose was, which was more entry level and schools. So they renamed that kite, and it'll be one of the ones that we go to shortly. It's called the Enduro, but they kept the catalyst name because they like it. And it is this kite here. It's a new version. It's version 1, and all of the Ozone kites have a version number now, which means that every sort of second year that that Ozone have a model out, they review it and refine it, and they don't release a new model until they've got something really, a significant improvement. So when this gets revised, probably in 18 months, it'll be version 2. The catalyst is, designed, as the name sort of implies, to help turn someone from a beginner into a competent intermediate kiter. Main features that someone getting into kiting wants, and basically someone who's just more of a weekend sort of warrior. Very, very stable kite, really safe, safety system, and really easy relaunch. They're the key features of this kite. Made with the same materials all the way through the range. Tasian D2 ripstop, which in Ozone testing is the most superior kite on the, material on the market, and they now use Tasian Japanese manufactured Dacron as well in all of the reinforcing and the leading edges, etc. That's sort of the kite in a nutshell. Really nice kite to fly, not as sort of high performance as some of the other kites, but it's exactly what a beginner really needs.
And like the big thing we noticed, like we went for a ride yesterday and I rode the Enduro, but even what Steve mentioned in regards to the manufacturing quality of Ozone, you can see it as we pumped up every kite model that you can tell that Ozone's put a lot of effort into the design of the kite and the material, whether for the catalyst, which is very much a weekend warrior, very easy, stable kite to fly, and probably a kite that maybe beginners might look at. The quality of this kite and the design of this kite is just as superior as a kite like the Enduro or the C4 or the Zephyr, all the other models of kites. So we'll come around and have a look at the tunability of the kite, I guess, and the trimming, the options that we do have. So this is a 4-line kite.
Yep.
Where we have 2 options here for our wingtip settings here.
Yep. They're fairly far inboard, but that helps with relaunch and gives the kite nice light but positive feel in the bar. So light bar pressure but a positive feel.
Yeah. And the big thing I noticed, and I asked Steve about half an hour ago, is even just across the line of the models, you see these 3 different sections here of material and the reinforcement they do have for the wingtip settings. So from what Steve had mentioned, what I took from it is basically each different wingtip setting has a different force applied at a different angle towards the kite, so this adds reinforcement as well. So instead of just having just one panel there or just an attachment point, they really thought about how the force of the steering lines is going to affect the shape of the kite and the quality of the kite as well, so which is another thing that I was quite impressed about. We'll come around to the back of the kite. We'll just have a look at some of the struts and an inflation system that we have here. So this is a 3-strut kite, as we can tell, pumped up really easily. The big thing I noticed, like this, the quality is top notch. Like you see with the leading edge protection that you see around the front of the kite as well, comes right back around through here and really protects the seams of the leading edges they get manufactured. And like just little things like you got your zipper protection in the center of the leading edge, and just the way that the strut heads are attached, you can tell they just really thought about it. Inflation system, if we come and have a look down here. Do you have anything to mention about the inflation system in particular, Steve? Or has this been something that Ozone's had for a while? Or?
Yeah, well, they've looked at other brands, as you know, everyone does. This particular screw-in type of valve, it's known as a Boston valve. It's used in a lot of inflatable products, from SUPs to boats to toys, all sorts of inflatable things. Mm-hmm. But it's proven over the years to be an extremely reliable inflation system and very quick. Ozone went to the largest diameter possible of that valve because it basically allows the pump to pump air in at the least possible resistance, so the pumps last longer. Customers don't get as worn out pumping up their kite. It shouldn't be a chore, it should be relatively quick and easy. So the air goes in really easily and it comes out super fast. If anyone's been around for a while, they'd remember the bad old days when you were waiting like 20 minutes for your kite to go down because they had these crazy little valves that were used on toys. And kites grew out of those a long time ago. Ozone make their own valves in their own injection moulding facility for the one pump system. So they're angled, moulded. They use a proprietary system that's based on an engineering way of attaching hydraulic hoses. They don't come off. They still use a clip. It's recommended to clip each strut off just in case you did have a problem with the leading edge, caught on a rock, whatever. Or you let it down for some reason, you've still got 3 struts that stay inflated. And it keeps the pressure in the kite even. Every single point of the kite where there's load is specifically reinforced, but with weight kept to a minimum based on destruction testing. Everything that Ozone do is destruction tested. They never do anything without extensive destruction testing in their laboratory or in field testing. I've been involved in field testing kites and bars, but there are many people around the world that are also invited to participate and then edit a spreadsheet that Ozone monitor. Really sort of high quality that comes right through the brand because they make paragliders and people's lives depend on paragliders and safety. Ozone don't put pulleys in any of their inflatable water kites, so the bridles are very, very specifically and finely tuned. They're individually designed for each kite, kept to a minimum length, which gives the kite a very crisp, responsive feel. Pulleys are not designed for use in sand at all and shouldn't be used on kites. It just means the designer's got to spend a bit more time fine-tuning the bridle toe points, and pulleys allow for a certain amount of not sort of short-cutting, but it certainly isn't as refined when a pulley is used in a bridle, and it's not, there's always a doughy sort of feel with a kite that has a pulley in the main bridle.
Sure, and that's one thing I was going to mention is, as you can tell, that Steve already covered, there's no pulleys or any other moving parts that doesn't necessarily need to be there. I guess everything is there for a reason. If they can get rid of any unnecessary weight or unnecessary parts that don't add performance to the kite, I think they've done that. And as the big thing we've noticed straight away is the kite's a lot lighter. You can tell they're designed to be flown like as a wing, and like designed from the background that Ozone's had with their paragliding and all the wing performance stuff that they've had in the past. So that's the catalyst. Really nice kite, great entry level kite for a lot of people out there, or just a weekend warrior that wants to get out on the water. So we're going to go and check out the Enduro next, so let's go and head to there.